Hello everybody. We are Group 1. We're going to be presenting on our WPO that we've been working on this semester. So there's Abbey, SaQuoyah, Kylee, and Rachelle all here today. And we're going to go ahead and get started.
So we decided to do the VA hospital, and we decided to not pick one in general, but when we contacted a TRS in one of the VA hospitals, she was in the mental health department, so that's the department we decided to do.
So when we were discussing the grade that we believe that we should earn on our final draft of the WPO, we all agreed that we should get an A on this assignment. It is something that we worked hard on all semester. We stayed caught up. We didn't miss any due dates. We referenced available to us, and we did a lot of research and contacted a few CTRSs in order to effectively create our WPO and have it be correct and appropriate and everything.
So even though this class and this assignment was a little bit difficult, there were a lot of things that we thought went well throughout the process of this assignment. One thing that we did really well was we stayed on top of things, and we even got ahead. So we had like the Thanksgiving holiday in the middle of the semester, and we met twice a week beforehand to make sure that we were getting our WPO sections done for that week as well, so that we wouldn't have to worry about it. And I think that helped us a lot. And then communication, we were really good at staying in touch with each other. We had a group text going, and we were there for each other if we needed help on a section or if we had questions about how something was supposed to be. And so we were really good at staying in contact. And overall, we just have a really great group. Like, we've all worked together in other classes before, and we get along. And I think one big factor is that we're all here in Rexburg, so we were able to meet in person quite often. So overall, it was a pretty good experience because of our group and how well we worked together throughout this process.
So some of the things that we felt that didn't go as well as we'd hoped were the instructions being a little bit confusing and unclear and just kind of inconsistent as well. We felt like this class being online is something that they should not put online unless they test people who are not getting a grade for the class. And, you know, kind of putting forth the effort and the money to do it, you know, just kind of going over and really trying to get it. We know that classes aren't going to be perfect, but at the same time, you know, it was a little bit frustrating with the like the clarity problems that we've faced, and, you know, trying to get in touch with an instructor and not being able to have this instructor on campus when needed. And, you know, if she was here but was just teaching it online, we could meet with him or her, whoever it was. And so we felt that just the course itself wasn't well put together before it became a course where people are putting money into it and, you know, wanting a grade and doing that. And so then kind of going off of that, we've never done this before, and so we didn't know what we were doing. And it was, you know, kind of hard when we knew that we had to get all these assignments done, and the communication was important, but it was still hard at times where we couldn't communicate either with our instructor or with each other or whatever it was. And so, you know, not having done this or really what is expected was really hard.
Yeah, and I think going off of that, like she was saying, for some of our other classes where we had them on campus with an in-person instructor, for these big assignments that we have no clue, you know, what to do or how to work them, it was nice being able to ask questions right there and get answers immediately and, you know, have a discussion and conversation, whereas with an online instructor, it's like waiting for an email and maybe communicated or not understood. So it was difficult having it be an online course.
The things that we learned, the most important things that we learned from this experience, I'm going to go backwards through the slides. The idea of having everybody as one, where we're all kind of on the same page, we use the same words, so we're not halfway using agency and the other half is using facility. Also pulling in outside resources, talking to other professionals, and that really made a difference for us. The biggest thing about communication we've kind of already talked about. It was really important and made a huge difference. But we also, on the group chat, we started saying, hey, I just finished this assignment. Everybody, hey, if you haven't done it already, remember that it's still due. But also it kind of helped us to feel a little bit more like, yeah, go you. You're pumping these out. You're doing great. We made us more excited about it.
So after, through creating this WPO, we were discussing the importance of it in an agency or a facility, and some of the things that we felt greatest value was creating unity within the company, making sure everyone is on the same page. If one person's not doing something completely different from everybody, there's a uniform way to do things, and there's a procedure to follow. If something goes wrong, it leaves little room for error. If everyone's on the same page and everyone knows what they're doing, everyone knows the policies and everything that they're doing, it just makes for a more cohesive facility. And then there's always documentation that you can refer to. There's no question in your mind where to find something. It's just kind of a catch-all to answer all of your questions. And then it also addresses the safety issue, which...
Yeah, so safety, I felt like had a lot of value in the WPO because we're wanting to make sure that our staff is safe, but also very importantly, like our clients need to be safe, and we need to make sure that we're not performing any malpractice or doing any harm to them. So risk management kind of goes along with that, making sure that we're following the proper procedures to look over maybe an outside facility to make sure that it is up to par for our standards and our procedures on how we do things, because we want our clients to have fun and we want them to be safe, and it's our job to keep them safe. So to have the WPO be a reference, like SaQuoyah was saying, that everyone can refer to make sure that you are keeping your clients safe, I think that is really important, and it adds more of a purpose of why you would have one there.
And any advice that we have for students taking this class in the future, I think one big thing that we would all agree on is if you're taking this class online, try to be in constant contact with your instructor. If you have any questions or you're ask about it as early on as you can, so that it doesn't create any problems in the future. Just ask a lot of questions too, and make sure that the WPO, make sure you look at other examples of the WPO, because that's a big help, especially if it is online, because you don't get that from the professor or instructor, and so it gives you a good direction of where you need to go with the assignment. And then last one is just to stay caught up with all the assignments in different sections of the WPO. Don't fall behind. Don't think oh, we can just do all of these next week when we do the ones for next week. Don't think that, because it'll be really hard to get caught up. So just make sure you stay caught up and don't fall behind.
Going with that, it actually was really helpful for us to look ahead, and not just look ahead on Saturday, but look ahead on Wednesday and look at next week and see what's coming up, so you can kind of be prepared and get ahead if you need to.
Something that I would also advise to continue to stay ahead now that we're at the end of the semester. we have 1 week to look at other people's and to edit our own, and I feel like it would be better if we had more time for that. So try to get ahead as early as you can. So if something does happen and you fall behind, you're still good. But if you can continue to stay ahead, then you will be in a better place at the end of the semester when you're trying to get things done for other classes as well.
So good luck. Thanks for watching.